Island, New York.
So as we see coming to the ring right now, Mr. Henry standing at 6'1", 29-year-old, first-year professional, trained by Charles Whitaker, fighting out of Florida, Riverview, Florida, I should say, with a record of 0-0 and 1 draw.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet his opponent, headed to the red corner from the Bronx, New York, by way of New Haven, Connecticut, Jeffrey Gonzalez.
X-Man, he tells me he likes to go by Jeff.
He probably wants to get out of this fight early too.
Well, you know, Jeffrey a little bit fancy, but Jeff a little bit more succinct. So you're saying the succinctness of Jeff is going to translate into what he wants to do in this fight?
In a sense, Jeff is a short, quick, compact, get right to the point.
Debuting.
Absolutely.
Got those extra butterflies coming into the ring at the Paramount. By the way, there's a nice little theater here.
Yes, it is.
Nice joint.
This venue is very, very well put together. Packs the house. The fans come out and support. Joe DeGuardia Star Boxing, they always put on a great show out here. Always.
Mark Fratto telling us the particulars.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Paramount here in Huntington, New York, USA. This is Joe DeGuardia's Star Boxing on Facebook. Fight Night Live, powered by Everlast. Our opening bout this evening is scheduled for 4 rounds in the junior middleweight division. Brought to you by Joe DeGuardia's Star Boxing and presented by Everlast, who reminds you to be first. Camelot Limousine, more than 25 years of professional service. Tied In Media, web development and marketing on Long Island. Eat Clean Bro, eat like a world champion. Elite Heat Water, just drink the water. And Mr. Custom Made for the perfect knockout look. Check out MrCustomMade.com. Your doctors at ringside this evening are Drs. Sethi, Gagliardi, Sattler, and Pulowski, and the timer, the woman on the bell tonight, the famous Yvonne Williams. Tonight's bouts are sanctioned by the New York State Athletic Commission, and the judges here in the opening bout are Mark Constantino, Kevin Morgan, and Tony Paolillo. Controlling the action at the sound of the bell, the referee in charge is Anthony Cerentano. Introducing first, he weighed in at 153 3/4 pounds. He stands in the blue corner with a professional record of 1 draw on his resume. He wears blue and gold this evening and hails from Riverview, Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to Long Island, Earl Henry. His opponent fights out of the red corner. He weighed in at an even and ready 153 pounds. He wears red, white, and blue as he makes his professional debut this evening. Representing the Bronx, New York City by way of New Haven, Connecticut. 2-time New England Amateur Champion, Jeffrey Gonzalez.
Coming to the center of the ring now, debuter, the Bronx by the way of New Haven, Connecticut, Jeff Gonzalez. Astute watchers from back in the day will see familiar face Aaron Superman Davis, who beat Mark Breland for a welterweight title back in 1990, is working his corner. That tells you maybe a little something. Aaron Davis probably isn't going to waste his time, X-Man.
Absolutely. One thing that strikes out to me also before the fight starts, both guys are national champions, Golden Glove national champions.
Let me tell you something I liked about Earl Henry. He came in, he was wearing that winter cap. I like that, man. Retain some of that body heat, get a little sweat going.
As you can see, Gonzalez coming forward with landing some good hard shots on the inside. You know, both men are wasting no time in getting this fight started. A little early jitters, you know.
Jeff Gonzalez told me he started out slapboxing in the street, and some wiser people said, you know what, you can do that out here. You might as well do it sort of in a more structured basis, and maybe down the line you can make something of yourself. So didn't take it seriously at first, but then started, waking up at about age 17. He said, "I'll never look back, and I'm thankful every day for it."
Well, slap boxing in the neighborhood is something that we're all accustomed to doing growing up, and it's called, having hands. And right now, Jeff Gonzalez is showing that he has some good hands, as well as some good hand speed.
X-Man, I'll just be honest with you. There wasn't a whole lot of slap boxing where I was growing up here. I was like riding my bike and whatever and doing Little League and stuff. But, that's why I like, working with you, a little bit of rugged and rough and ready kind of New York City guy. And here we are, round one. Gonzalez pressing the action. He is the aggressor. He is backing up Mr. Earl Henry coming in from Florida. Hearing the Henry corner saying, stick that jab, pop that jab. Got to make Gonzalez respect you from the get-go. Got to be busy. You got to know you're coming into his hometown, his home territory, and you're coming in, frankly, 2 points down.
Yeah. And one thing, the reason why they're telling him to use the jab is because of his reach. He's 6'1", his arms is extremely long. If you stick to the outside and use your jab, you can set him up with a shot that he doesn't see coming, whether he's walking into it or he's just standing there behind the jab. As we all know, the jab is the best punch in boxing. Everything starts with the jab and ends with the jab sometimes.
Those Everlast gloves are working for Jeff.
Who just landed a nice right hand over the top.
Got caught coming in. 1 minute remaining here in round one of just 4, so both men realize got to get busy. Only 4 rounds to get her done. Sweeping left hook misses from Jeff Gonzalez. Snapping jab from Earl Henry. Henry is a little bit slow motion with a combination, but he has the right idea and trying to keep the aggressor off of him. Trying to do a little wiggle and shake. Gonzalez, purely the aggressor in this round. He's taking it unofficially on my card. Attempted a counterpunch there from Earl Henry. 6-bout card, X-Man, here at Huntington. We'll get into more specifics about the co-main event. Looking forward to it.
Is presented by the Paramount, a top live entertainment venue. Modell's Sporting Goods, you gotta go to Moe's. Tudor Advisory Group, organizational success through process improvement. The Inn at Fox Hollow on Long Island's North Shore. WBAB 102.3 FM, Long Island's classic rock. Camelot Limousine, more than 25 years of professional service. And Tied In Media, web development and marketing on Long Island.
A damn fine roster of sponsored Mark Fratt of Lineker Media has put together. Jeff Gonzalez, pretty darn solid round one of his pro debut. Likes being billed out of New Haven. He's affiliated with the Bronx. This is super middleweights, 4 rounds or less. Earl Henry comes in from Riverview, Florida. X-Man, what did you see? What did you like from Mr. Gonzalez in that round one?
Well, to be honest, I like both guys. Mr. Earl, he stuck behind his jab. He listened to the instructions from his corner. He landed some good shots in there. A couple of 1-2s. Jab right hand, jab right hand. I also like what Jeff Gonzalez was doing in there, as the fact that he continuously pressured his opponent and landed good power shots on the inside. So some good work for both men during the first round.
Referee calls for time. Gonna clean out that mouthpiece and get it back in Jeffrey's mouth. Clean off the bacteria. Let her get ready to rumble again. Action starting up in round 2, first bout of the evening.
And one thing I like that I just heard from the corner of Mr. Earl is the fact that if the mouthpiece falls, don't wait for him to pick it up. Keep punching, because at the end of the day, it's protect yourself at all times.
Sharp combination punching from Gonzalez. He senses that he has Earl Henry backing up. Stiff right hand landed, goes back to work. Gets buoyed by the crowd. You see the decent footwork. He's backing up, avoiding some contact, countering from Henry, and pressing forward again, backing Henry up. More strong work in round 2 from Jeff Gonzalez.
If Earl expects to win this fight, he's going to have to fight. He's going to have to win the fight on the outside because he's smothering himself on the inside. As tall and long as he is, he should definitely be fighting from the outside.
Calls himself a boxer-puncher. Still figuring out, obviously, his style as a pro. Seems well-suited, reasonably for the pros, and we don't see a finished product. We see him getting tagged there, and we see him squaring up for certain, X-Man.
Both landed hellacious left hooks at the same time. Gonzalez appeared to take the better of the blunt of the punch.
Clinching up in center ring. Ref says no holding. Let's keep it clean, gents. 1 minute remaining in this round 2. Facebook Fight Night Live, powered by Everlast. Solid right hand, landed by the hometowner. Bronx by way of New Haven, Connecticut. Red, white, and blue trunks. Darker skinned Earl Henry coming in from Florida, blue in the gold trunks. In his debut, he fought to a draw. You see the hand speed edge for Gonzalez. I wouldn't term him having blazing fast hands himself, but they are faster than Earl Henry's.
And heavier.
And heavier. Jeff, you see him squaring up, falling into his punches there a little bit. Certainly will be plenty to go over when he watches the Facebook Live replay. Nice jab there, got Henry's attention as we tick down to the end of round 2 here on Paramount in Huntington, Long Island, New York.
A good combination on the inside by Gonzalez.
Gonzalez ended that round real well. I don't think any of the judges were probably seeing it Henry's way, but if they were disabused of the notion. Looking into the Henry corner, puffing and puffing a little bit extra for that air. Ate some solid shots, especially at the end of that second round, and some replay action, Xavier.
As you can see, Earl trying to land a 1-2 down the middle, and he was a little successful, a little bit. Only difference is he was on the inside, didn't extend his reach as he should. And then on the inside, you see they both traded left hooks right there. And here you go, right hand over the top by Gonzalez, over the jab, over the lead left hand, which is low from Earl. And Gonzalez continuously applying pressure. Hey, fight fans, let us know where you're watching in. Again, we are live at the Paramount Theater, Facebook Fight Night Live. Let us know where you're watching. And let us know your thoughts on who's winning the fight so far.
Round 3 beginning. Both men starting out with the jab. Henry was directed. Pump that jab. Stay busy with it. Keep the aggressor out of your face. Gonzalez coming in. He doesn't want to listen to that. Wants to keep up the pressure that we saw at the end of round 2. Likes to hear the enjoyment from the crowd. Rooters came in from Bronx and Connecticut to see him in his pro debut. See him moving to his left, keeping hands up. Good intensity in the eyes. Closing the distance there a little bit, Xavier said. See him working from the outside. Nice left hook there. Landed pretty sharply, sweat sprayed. Crowd reacted.
A little bit more than sweat.
And the hook starts working for Gonzalez.
Seems to be closing the distance now and coming, more with power shots, lead power shots at that.
Feel like he's getting more comfortable with his timing, with his distance. That left hook starting to become more of a factor. Yeah, and the jab continues with it.
I think at this point in the fight, he's felt the power of Earl and possibly realizes that Earl cannot hurt him. So he's just pressuring him, applying more pressure and landing more power shots on the inside.
Round 1, you figure out something. Round 2, you make sure to so, and then round 3, you react off of it.
Exactly.
I see the matchmaker Ron Katz, 40 years in the game, watching front and center. Watches these young kids, likes to see them on the way up and see how they progress. Talked to him on the phone yesterday, and I like the guy because he gives it to you no BS. He's going to tell you. If a guy ain't all that, he's going to tell you.
And he's sitting ringside with a nice grin.
Yeah, so far so good, right?
Yeah, really good matchup for two undefeated, basically making their professional debuts. I mean, Earl had a draw in his first fight, so since he's still making his debut.
Gonzalez looking to do some work down low and then coming up. Got caught coming in there from Henry. Left hook was working early on in that round, and right now he's in sort of a middle distance and figuring out what's working, what isn't. Henry adapting, looking to counter some. Corner calling for the jab. Now 20 seconds remaining. This is the third round. Only 4 rounders in this kickoff fight to the Joe DeGuardia Star Boxing event. Topped by Johnny Hernandez against Marquise Hawthorne coming in from Texas. Johnny Hitman Hernandez from Huntington. Got a lot of his rooters here, so gonna be loud for him later.
Fight Night Live on Facebook is powered by Everlast, who reminds you to be first. And presented by Eat Clean Bro. If you're a pro in training or you just want to eat like a world champion, check out Eat Clean Bro and use the promo code Fight Night. Elite Heat Water. The best fighters, trainers, and announcers just drink the water. And Mr. Custom Made. For the perfect knockout look, check out MrCustomMade.com. Ladies and gentlemen, here in Huntington, time to make some noise for these two young warriors. This is round number 4, the 4th and final round.
Our man Mark Fratto, beautiful dulcet tones, one of the best ring announcers in the business, and he's doing a hell of a job in this production. We're in our second year, well over 4 million views. This is our 28th production, and we're going to go tomorrow from Philadelphia as well, so a 2-for doubleheader. And looking forward to a co-main event. We got Joe Jaco and Simone Federici, the Italian and the fighter from Belgium in a 10 rounds or less cruiserweight attraction. This is the opener, and so far you see Henry in this round moving, trying to adapt to the power punching of Gonzalez, slipping, ducking, and pot-shotting.
At this point, you know, Earl, he's basically fighting on win. He's trying to land something convincing to maybe pull out a decision against or pull out a draw, I should say, because he's losing in my eyes each round.
You got 2 eyes, I got 2. That means 4, all against Henry. He got he needs to hit a home run walk-off to take this one. But stranger things have happened, I guess.
And we've seen it
pressing now, and we've seen it. We might even see it tonight, but we hope not. New York, honestly, not just blowing smoke and BSing. New York does have good judges. They get it right more often than not, I would say.
We saw it last week. We might see it this week. You never know.
You never do know. And minute 25 remaining. Gonzalez, if he so choose, could put it on cruise control and probably move to the end here. Just working to the body there. And now establishing the clinch, pushing Henry back, ducking to his left, working underneath, and getting a little bit flashy there, trying to cup on underneath with the right uppercut, X-Man.
That's what you call you're in your zone. You found your rhythm. You know you feel that you can land any shot that you want to because your man is simply right in front of you.
Yeah, I've simply seen a progression from round 2, certainly into round 3, and now round 4. He's having more fun. He's comfortable. Jitters are gone. He looked to land the showy left hook there, a lead left hook. That's not always going to land for you, but these are the things that he's going to be figuring out as he moves forward.
Good showing for his first professional fight.
Ref asked for a break. 25 seconds remaining in round number 4. Michael Woods joined by Xavier Porter ringside, Huntington, Long Island. The Paramount is the venue. Tomorrow we're in Philadelphia. We'll tell you more about that show tomorrow. But as you all know who have become fans of this series, people from all across the world are watching, so we're going to pop in and say hello to you. This one is about to be ended. We believe we know how it's going to go. Jeff Gonzalez having a real nice debut. And Florian to end the show, both giving a good bang for the buck. Referee says, all right, gentlemen, hard work. Now hug it out and let's await the scorecards.
I'll tell you one thing. If Earl would have been fighting with that same grit as he did with these last 10 seconds from the first round, might be a different decision.
And if I had hair, I wouldn't be bald. X-Man, it ain't easy. Let's look at some replay, my man. You love this action.
Yes, I do. I just love the fact that both men at the end of the bout, they're continuously still throwing punches, trying to win the fight. You know, and they're not giving in to the other opponent. They're really trying to win, and I really like that, to see both fighters go at it with 10 seconds left. You know, I don't want to say the word, but you know, just give it all they got.
Amen, Mr. Porter, amen. And hey, by the way, where do they find more of your stuff? You do a lot of videography, do some writing too. Where do they find your stuff?
They can follow me on Instagram. You can look at the website, brooklynfights.com. I'm also on Instagram at brooklynfights1, Xavier Porter 227, Xavier Porter 227 at Twitter. You can also look on my YouTube page, Shoot the 5-1, and you can follow me on Instagram at Shoot the 5-1. Basically, I'm all over the place.
All over the damn place. What does Shoot the 5 mean?
Shoot the 5 is something that I created because, in a sense, I started it where I thought about, you know, a lot of people dying in our community by gun violence. So in the beginning was Shoot the 5, where it's a slang, it's a slogan, it's something from the neighborhood where you say shoot the 5, and the 5 is your hands. You shoot the 5, you shoot your hands.
Not a gun.
Not a gun.
Use your hands.
If you have an issue with a guy in the street and you have to fight, you shoot the 5.
That makes sense. Mark Fratto is going to tell us the scoring and who won this fight.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here at the Paramount, let's get a big Long Island round of applause. Show our support and appreciation for these two young warriors. One pro bout between them coming into this one. Having gone the 4-round distance, we now go to the judges' scorecards. All three judges, Mark Constantino, Kevin Morgan, and Tony Paolillo, saw this one 40-36. All three in favor of your winner by unanimous decision, and now undefeated. From the Bronx by way of New Haven, Connecticut, Jeffrey Gonzalez.
Debut done. Welcome to the pros, son. 1-0, baby.
And I also wanted to mention that Shoot the 5 is just not about stopping violence, gun violence. It's also focused on a lot of different things in the community. It's a 5-point system. I'll talk more about that later. But congratulations to Mr. Gonzalez on his first professional win. Great fight for him.
Young